Hello and welcome to the Living World of Darkness Changeling the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition venue. Today's scene is a special one, as in Brooklyn, in a park, there's a little bit of a crowd gathering. A band has decided to do a impromptu free concert, and passersby are starting to linger a bit. Free entertainment on the weekends. Who could ask for more? Especially if you've got time to kill while wandering the streets of one of the busiest cities in the world. Setting up are three, well, two are definitely female. One, it's a little hard to tell. Definitely playing hard on the androgynous sort of David Bowie in the early 70s kind of look. They've put up a banner that has both real world and sort of like a chimerical glitter to it as well, for those who can see it. It says Wild Dreams of Autumn on it. But in this gathering crowd is a young woman, not realizing that today is going to change not only the course of her life, but how she sees it entirely. Go ahead and introduce your character and what they're doing in the park.
Okay. My character is I'm Nix, and I'm in the park, joining the crowd, and I'm looking for someone. I'm trying to find someone to buy drugs from.
There's probably a couple of young individuals who look like they partake in weed lingering about, like not up in front of the stage or anything like that, but off to the side. Not too far off, because hiding in the corners makes you look even shadier. But they have that sort of able to provide look about them.
Okay. I go up to them, and I go to a particular person who seems like they're a bit more experienced than some of the other people.
Mm-hmm. It's a woman in like maybe her late 20s, and she kind of gives you a look up and down. What's your poison?
I'm looking for something to help me enjoy the show.
How much you got on you?
$40.
She gives like a slight smile. Well, you're in luck. For $40. And she pulls out like from her pocket a little bag with some colorful paper in it. You could really enjoy the concert.
Sounds good to me.
And she'll offer to shake your hand. The baggies in her palm.
I slide her the money as I shake her hand.
Nice meeting your acquaintance. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
And she continues to kind of like meandering about the crowd, You see her talking to a couple of other people. She seems super friendly, all the handshakes she's making. Misha, do you want to come in now, or do you want to wait until the show starts?
Yeah, Misha's pretty much on her way to probably local Chinese place to get food, because okay, we may have wonderful vast amounts of food at the freehold, but you know, sometimes you just don't want that. You just want junk food. So she kind of pauses on seeing, you know, just kind of curious about the commotion. And when she catches chimerical glitter, that really catches her attention. So, you know, the proverbial moth being drawn, she kind of slowly meanders her way over that way. And if William's there, he could be with me, because I see an overlay just got put up.
What are we doing?
There is an impromptu free concert being put on in one of Brooklyn's many parks. There is a stage being set up. The sign says "Wild Dreams of Autumn." It has chimerical glitter accentuating it, so like changelings will know.
This is YOLO swag type of thing.
That it's what?
This is a YOLO swag type of thing.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say the reason that I gave for Misha being out is that she went out to get a hold of Chinese food. Because you know, we might have a whole bunch of food in the freehold, but sometimes you just want junk food. So well, yeah, so she just kind of gets drawn in when she sees chimerical glitter. Like, oh, there's some of one of our things going on over there. What's up? You know, that kind of thing.
William sees things and nods, and he says, "If you want to go, we can go."
I just want to see what's going on. Come on, it's not going to be forever. I'm not going to stay like to watch an entire concert. I'm just curious.
That's fine, let's go.
There is a bag over her shoulder because, well, I'm just acknowledging for the ST's point of view that there is a rather snuffling little bunny in there.
All right. Let's see. Roll perception alertness, Nyx. Oh, do you have your Discord open? You need your Discord open.
Yeah. I have it open.
Okay.
I don't know how to use it.
Okay. You're going to do... If you look at the Changeling Dice Roller, you see how people have like /R and then like numbers and D10.
I just have it up. Where am I supposed to be on it?
The Changeling Dice Roller?
Yeah. How do I find that?
Did you add? Is he added?
She should be.
Okay.
I thought Shelby added you.
I don't think so.
Dang it. Okay. Well, then
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I can roll for you, and we will get that fixed right away.
Maybe she forgot.
Yeah.
I will find a link for him so we can join.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Discord. Yeah. So you need to click this in the chat, and Discord will open.
It's in the sidebar.
Okay. It's in join. Okay. Or joined.
What is your name in the Discord?
Hadramon. HADRIO or RIMON.
Can you see changing dice order?
Changeling dice.
It should be on the. It should be on the left side.
see vampire dice roller, extra dice roller. I don't see a changeling one. Changeling channel 1.
Okay, we will
Well, at least
give you.
we could do it an extra dice roller.
We
Anybody
can go to
think?
extra. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So go to extra dice roller 1 for now.
Okay, yep.
Extra might be still used by a scene, by the way.
Oh, let's check and make sure.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
being
one was
used.
just rolled at like 4 minutes ago. What about extra 2? Can you see that one?
I'm
Yeah.
looking, and yeah, we are good. Because last time it was used yesterday to learn the rite of rune carving. So we can
I'm
use
gonna-
this. It'll do for the moment.
All right, and you're gonna hit /R space.
It says I don't have permission to send messages in this channel.
Okay.
I just informed Shelby. I PM'd her. She didn't see it yet, but she will see it soon. So
Okay.
It's okay.
we can just roll for him, and then he can roll for himself.
At least he can see the dice rolls this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perception, alertness. That's a total of 4 dice for you. So. Wow. Okay. So.
That is a massive boon of good luck. First roll, you actually ace it.
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay.
So well. You notice and are drawn to a young woman who has entered the park. She looks wet. Misha, this is you. She smells of the sea.
She does. She smells very strongly of it, actually, considering that it reeks right into the gray world, because that's her flaw.
You're not damp. That's right. You have the eyes.
No. She has the eyes, but she always has contacts, and so he wouldn't see the eyes right now.
But you would smell the sea.
The sea you would definitely smell. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that is a flaw that she has. Okay. So yeah.
And
she seems to be dragging along apparently a somewhat reluctant, rather larger guy.
The guy looked pretty strong.
Yes.
Okay.
There's like scar on his face, like in the photo, and his neck.
You have changeling. Oh, you cover your changeling eyes too, don't you?
Yes, I'm a clever person.
You didn't at first, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's not really. I mean, she's looking around. I mean, she's kind of looking around. I'm not sure she has any particular reason to notice you at this point, though. So.
But yes, because there is some part of you that hasn't quite woken up yet, but there is something about this young woman who seems very appealing, or at least very interesting.
That's probably the word.
Yeah, interesting. She's Misha's surly when you first meet her.
Just for the record, she's very small. She's like 5 feet tall. But yeah, she just this. She's pretty focused because she seems to be looking basically at the band and sort of heading towards the front because she sees chimerical glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you see it, William? She kind of looks up. Don't you see it, William?
I do.
Look, I promise we're going to get you Chinese.
I'm fine. I don't like Chinese. I like Turkish.
Kebabs again?
Or tuna pizza.
We had tuna pizza earlier.
I didn't know we can't eat tuna pizza 2 times in a day.
You know, if you keep being like this, I'm just going to get sushi.
You can get sushi all you want.
Fantastic. We just decided what we're doing for dinner. Oh, come on, let's go see who they are.
Of course, Councilwoman.
I couldn't hear what he said. Oh, what did he say? Of course, Councilwoman.
Yeah.
He can totally overhear that if he wants. New person can.
In the crowd moving towards both of you, you see like a shock of green hair. Tyler, you wouldn't see the green hair. You would see like just regular like brunette hair.
Okay.
But the other changelings see the green hair of Dixie like making a beeline at a much lower than everybody else's head level. Like
She's
shoulder
about,
level. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is she about as short as me, or is she smaller?
She's like 4'9".
Oh, so she's a little bit shorter. Wow, somebody makes me feel tall.
Yes. She can't use her own wings she's making because they will like crash into the floor.
She should have made them sized for herself. What the hell?
There's other reason she didn't. Ask William. They're a little tricky. But anyway, she sees the book. And she like moves towards you both. Free concert.
Yeah. I've never heard of them.
I think I've heard of them maybe like once or twice, but I mean, they're nobody big. If you're into like the underground, like neo-punk glam scene, then you'd probably have heard of them before.
Well, since I've never heard of them, I guess that tells you that's not my forte.
I guess so. But still, I'm stoked. Free concert. Maurice gave me the day off. I am finally finished with my wings. It is a good day to be alive.
Oh man, I have to bring Hall over.
Definitely. And she looks at William. I heard some stuff about you. How you feeling?
I'm fine, Dixie. Thank you.
Maurice is real worried about you, by the way. You should definitely make time in the near future.
Of course so.
All right. So anyways, as all these like niceties are going on, the first chords of music start playing and the crowd shuts the fuck up in order to listen as like the first chords of a song begin to play. And it's obviously not like their better known songs for those who have heard of them because they're into the neo-punk glam scene. It's something about like our November puppies, which it's fun but mostly nonsensical. The front man of this band is a she, and the front man is kind of being a little too specific because the specific gender of the she is indeterminate at best. Definitely, like I said earlier, the David Bowie in the 70s vibe going on. Playing guitar behind the she is a female satyr, and playing drums is a mouse puka.
Oh, that's amazing.
They seem to be having a lot of fun singing about November puppies. They're enjoying themselves. There are smiles. The satyr is like leaping around the stage with full energy. Dixie seems to really be enjoying it as well as she jumps up and down to the beat of the song.
Also jumping because she has to do that to see what's happening.
Yeah. This is a true fact.
Let's see if you want to consider my shoulders.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
You look like Pixar, like Pixar, you know, like 2 hands. Pixie puts it on his shoulders. Because strength 5, I can do this.
Yes. She is excited and just like doing like woo on William's shoulders as she like kind of holds on to like a horn.
Oh no.
Dixie, people can't see that, Dixie. God damn it, Dixie.
the multi uses of troll horns. Oh my god. I'm just gonna say Misha's got the phone recording. Totally has this recorded. This is great.
For those who can't see, it just kind of looks like she's like making like a circle with her hand midair. So they don't see what she's holding on to. It just maybe looks a little obscene. Because it's like the same like you know, when you're like calling somebody a jack off.
Yes.
It would kind of look like that.
Yeah. So much video going on. From the ground, from a much lower point of view. But you know, she can step back a little bit, get a better view.
Mm-hmm. Nix, what are you up to at the moment? Have you imbibed in your party drugs?
Yeah, I took the acid, and Nix is feeling pretty good. She ingratiated herself with some of the people she met at the concert, just kind of meeting them and hanging around them. But she's looking at this commotion going on with these three people that she's just drawn to, it seems. And she's kind of bored of the people she's around. They're not really interesting her much. She wants to go up and introduce herself.
As the drugs start to kick in, like, you start seeing things just a little differently. This isn't full chrysalis moment yet, but you swear, like, you can't quite tell what the color of the hair of the girl sitting on this man's shoulder is. And he seems so much taller all of a sudden. Just so much taller, ridiculously taller. And the girl who smells of the ocean has a certain quality to her as well. Gracefulness, I think. As they listen to this concert and the nonsensical songs being sung, Misha and William, this individual who is on drugs is moving towards you.
I would like to think she's pretty obviously on drugs, too.
You know, if you're good with that, I'm good with that.
Okay.
William is keeping Dixie, make sure Dixie doesn't fall, because he doesn't want Maurice to just be like, what the fuck, dude? So he's like keeping Dixie.
It's so funny. He's more worried about he's like so worried about Maurice, but he wants to kill all the ranters right now.
Maurice is like a dad to William. That's not really how he sees Maurice. He never told Maurice, but he's like, he really likes him.
Yes. Surly old man for the win. So yes, Misha, any reaction or?
I mean, as long as I'm assuming I'm noticing this, because you know by this time she's probably gotten enough to, you know, that's funny. That's like, you know, it's just her being like, yeah, music, yeah, and just, you know, William's surly face going. Ugh.
Okay, well we can go with a perception kenning roll, difficulty 8 at this point.
Sure. I should actually double check my kenning because I think I know what it is, but it's best if I know for sure. Okay. Yeah, got 2.
You notice, like the first couple of sparks of glamour starting to like pop off this person who is obviously on drugs. William, you can also roll difficulty 8 to see if you, with Dixie on your shoulders, screaming.
I already did.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Okay. Maybe because you're distracted. You see like a pop of glamour, but not as significantly. Like it's probably not setting off any alarm bells. It's probably just like whatever. Somebody probably rubbed her the wrong way or something.
Like William, I'm really sorry, Tyler, but like William is in a so whatever mood right now. He just like saws that and like will continue listening to this music and making sure like Disney doesn't fucking fall down.
Fortunately, Misha was a little more perceptive.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like she has just pulled her phone down from recording and probably glanced down to check her text real quick, and looks up and basically is staring at Nyx, just staring, and kind of tilts her head. Like, it's just, I mean, she's not being discreet about this staring. And after a second, she kind of tugs on William's sleeve, and she's like, "Hey, there's something going on over there."
Fucking William puts a hand on his sword, the chimerical sword, and he looks down.
There's nothing particularly menacing going on in your eye line. So
yeah, I mean, Misha's just gone back to staring at it. She'll just be like, "Look, just try to grab Dixie's attention, will you?"
Dixie, is he like, he's like, his hand, okay, I'm gonna show you guys by opening my camera.
Okay.
So, like, this is me laying, but, no, Dixie's here, right? William's just gonna be like, Dixie!
Perfect. So yeah, Dixie will she's just what?
Listen, Misha, she says something.
And Misha will just say, "Look at your phone," and she will get on her phone and text her because she doesn't want to yell it up there in the middle of a crowd. That's ridiculous. And it just says, "Look at that drugged up guy over there who's staring at us."
Girl. Nyx is a girl.
Okay, girl. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. My fault.
Yeah, it's cool.
William, like, is basically turns towards Nyx, which means Dixie also turns towards Nyx.
Because
And
her
he, like,
because her head is stuck at the exact angle that you insist it is.
and William, like, extends a hand to Nyx. Hi.
I couldn't hear that last part.
He
I'm
says,
sorry.
like, he extends the hand and says, hi.
She takes his hand and says hi back, being bubbly, kind of, very, very social. And she's not like freaking out about the weird stuff she's seeing, because she's kind of, she knows she's not unexperienced in all of this, but she's thinking this is happening a little too quick. Something seems off. But still, she takes the hand and she shakes it and she introduces herself.
You okay?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm amazing. He says, like, that's obviously it's a lie, but he doesn't, like, he just says, so I'm William.
Hi, I'm Nyx.
What is her appearance rating?
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that again.
What is her appearance rating?
Oh, let me look. I got it right here. Appearance. Sorry, 4.
Okay.
Oh, that makes things so much more interesting. All right.
William is like, nice. Right, Dixie?
She looks down. Yeah, I guess.
This is my friend Misha, and this is my friend Dixie.
Nice to meet you all.
Hi.
Great
And
show,
Misha-
right?
Oh, I love it. I just love. I'm a real big fan of neo punk glam bands.
Sweet Jesus.
William is like, yeah, me too.
William.
Misha kicks him in the ankle. Just stop it. This is what the fuck.
Oh, really? What's your favorite song of theirs?
The one that they just sing. It's pretty good.
The one they sing. That one about the November puppies was nice.
Yeah.
That November Puppies is quite nice.
Mhm. Okay, so
Misha's just kind of even through all this, she's kicking him and then looking directly back. Like she's watching this and just glamours go poof, poof, like as she's seeing it kind of go off around her and just, you know what I mean? She's just like,
Misha, why you're is there something on my elbow?
yeah, I'm not looking at your elbow, William.
Okay.
all right. So the band has finished the song they were playing, and the front man introduces the rest of the band, or the band. She's like, on guitar we have Moxie. Isn't she fabulous? Isn't she foxy? On giving us rhythm is the beautiful, the dainty, the graceful Lola. And the mouse puka kind of shyly waves from behind her massive drum set. And good people, I am Kai, and I'll be your guy for this evening. The voice doesn't necessarily lend itself to male, as Kai says, I'll be your guy for the evening. This next song is our most popular. It's called This Love is Stupid, but It's Stunning. And everybody go ahead and roll me a willpower roll, difficulty 8 as the satyr.
Oh no, it's satyr time.
Yes, kicks off Gift of Pan.
Well, shit. All right, this could be bad.
I can message now too, by the way, in the Discord.
Excellent. So you need to roll your willpower.
Like William is like face palming because of Dixie, who like loves this song probably.
Yes.
He's like, God damn it, Dixie.
I need to check her willpower real quick.
Oh thank God I passed this.
How do I roll in this?
You're going to do a /R.
Okay.
Then the number of dice you'll be rolling. So for you, that is 4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
And then D10.
Yep. Look, Dixie barely manages not to be absolutely horrible.
It's not coming. I'm gonna check here again. Like I don't actually see yours.
Oh,
Well, you know yours came up. Yeah, you have to put a space in there. Yeah. If you need to, you can literally copy paste. You can copy paste the person above you and then just change a number if you need to. Man,
Okay.
your rolls are amazing. What are you doing?
I'm cheating.
You are cheating. What the hell?
So the changelings do find themselves not able to control themselves quite a bit. But actually, I don't know if you can resist yet, Tyler. Tyler. So hold on.
Make him waste that roll, man.
I know it would be so mean. And okay, yeah, you're fine. He doesn't say like anything about.
Nyx is too strong. She can't. She has to resist.
Anyways, but all around you, people are starting to like sort of act out. Like there's a mosh pit forming throughout like a large portion of the audience, and like those that aren't jumping and like punching each other in excitement are kind of grinding on each other in another form of excitement as the place just sort of erupts into a cacophonous orgy of sorts.
Yeah, Misha's just kind of looking around her going, oh, satyrs. Yeah,
Well, there's what going on?
It's kind of orgy-ish in some places.
There's like kissing.
Yeah.
Like, people kissing each other. God damn.
Grinding, kissing, grinding, etc.
Yeah, Misha. Crazy, right? Oh, William, let's go buy some food.
What? You can't say this isn't your speed?
But even though Nyx was able to resist the influx of like this magical birthright being ignited, definitely causes it to flare up just a bit more. You're starting to see like almost caddish features appear on Nyx. And Nyx, what you can see is like vague, like you swear, like when you like out of the corner of your eye, you can see like webbing between Misha's fingers. You're starting to see like spirals, like sort of curl and uncurl on Dixie's cheeks. And is she holding on to horns? Where the hell are those coming from? Ah, the guy whose shoulder she's sitting on. But yeah, it's still hard to tell if it's drugs.
Is the ground a little bit more wet than you realized? Anyway, yeah, she's too busy. She's pretty busy looking around, and when she finally gets to look at Nyx again, she does a double take, and she just looks at William again, and then reaches up to tug on Dixie's foot as well.
What?
Would you be a little more perceptive? As she does that thing where you kind of angle your eyes in the direction you want them to look.
And like he turns to Dixie again.
Dixie looks down because once again she's being dragged away from the band she likes.
You know, it's a really good thing she passed that willpower roll, considering she's on William's head.
She's like gonna kiss the Williams.
Make out with the back of his head. What?
The horn suddenly
The
have get a
horns.
whole new thing.
Oh no, probably.
Oh god. Anyway, just look.
He looks. What do I see?
You see kind of caddish features starting to appear on Nyx.
Oh shit. Dixie, do you see what I see?
Oh, she like takes a moment and like squints and she's like, shit.
Yeah. Hey, Nyx, you wanna... Unless you want to stay here, wanna go get dinner? We're about to get some food.
To reach for Misha's hand to see if the webbing she's seeing in between her fingers is real. but then remembers that's not a normal thing for people to do. But not wanting to leave these people, she wants to find out more about them. She's very interested, so she decides to go with 3 strangers to get dinner.
You guys are leaving the.
We're pretty much deciding before Dixie what the hell's happening. She's not sure what's happening, but this place seems to be I mean, people are orgying around here. And we have someone who's either unfading or coming in, and we're not sure what the hell's happening, so it seems best to get them somewhere a little quieter, you know?
Where they can make a bigger scene and be noticed. Good.
Well, it's more just getting her away from here, but I mean, what am I supposed to do? Take her to the freehold?
I have no idea what you're going to do, but it's your game. Go for it.
I'd have to enchant still at this point, and I'm not spending like all of my glamour just to do that.
No, it's fine. So one moment though, as I check something. Trying to remember what is your affinity again, Nix?
Affinity.
What animal? Your animal.
Oh, cat.
Okay.
Is it like a house cat?
Yeah, I was thinking like a calico.
So I'm just making sure it could be like a tiger for all I knew.
It's the return of Felix. No.
I don't think that's likely.
No, I was. So, anyways, yes, you see these sort of cattish features start to appear. The band switches songs again. This one's called Our Thursday Foxes.
Is Amber? She kind of looks confused.
This one's a little more slow tempo. The mouse has brought out a glockenspiel.
So the humping is slower now?
It's like slowing quite a bit because they really like just kind of amp up the Gift of Pan for the one song. So the crowd is slowly like starting to untangle themselves from each other to the melodic sounds of a glockenspiel.
And to never be spoken of again.
Well, when you just sort of grab the person next to you and either punch or kiss, you know, with no saying if the other person was agreeing to it or not. Like one person punches, the other person kisses. It's all Calvin Ball.
Am I noticing the same like things that I'm seeing with the other people with the like the band? Am I noticing like?
Yes, if you are paying attention to the band, you notice that the front person is like fucking gorgeous. Like obnoxiously gorgeous in that sort of androgynous way. There's something very mousy about the drummer. If you as a cat feel compelled to pursue that, I won't stop you. And yes, there's you notice like the leaps and bounds of the guitarist are very wild, and her legs seem very, very hairy.
Well, I look at the players. I kind of go from each one, and I look at their face for a second, go on the singer first, noticing how pretty she is, or they are. Then the guitarist, and then I see the drummer. And something primal in Nix's head just goes off. And she starts going towards the stage.
Okay, change of plans.
Wait, where's she going? Where's she going?
Stage?
Why?
I
Hey,
don't
come
know.
back.
I mean, look at the front person. They're kind of pretty. That would attract you.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, he's just like, nah. While he's like following Nix. Hey, Nix, come back.
Misha's gonna follow because she can. Why the hell not?
Mhm.
She's pretty good at this game. She's not even gonna be stealthy about it. She's just gonna follow at a polite distance, but still following. Like if this is potentially a newbie of some sort,
Mhm.
then we have we should really be protecting them, you know? So she's just following.
As you guys like move your way through the crowd, it's not like a huge like summer festival crowd or anything like that. It's just people who passed by and decided to stop. Those kinds of weirdos. So it's not incredibly difficult to make it to the front of the stage. The as the song winds down, like the frontman looks down at the four of you and smiles and gives like a wink to Misha before they start up their next song. Hold on.
Misha looks slightly confused by this. You have to understand, she's been flirted with by 2 other people recently. Amber did, and William did, and then there's Hall, and now this hot. She is like winking at her, and she's so confused.
They start playing a song called "The Wet Book of Love."
So many rolled eyes. Oh my god, she's just rolling her eyes so hard right now.
And the frontman like starts like crooning at Misha.
She's gonna duck behind William.
It appears that the frontman is now crooning at William.
The front what?
The front, frontman, front woman, the she. Yep.
Yeah, the front person
is singing a song called "Our Wet Book of Love."
William just face palms.
Does this sound like it's about Selkies?
It does sound like it's about Selkies, yes.
No, I'm asking if the words do, not just the name of it.
Oh, there's a lot of references to like splashing that are definitely double entendres.
Yeah, but I just want to know if there were other things that sounded Selkie-ish, not double entendres. Those are just funny, but not.
I mean, there's no like seal references or anything specific.
Okay, because she really doesn't want Selkies brought out there like that. That seems a little indiscreet.
No, they're not like breaking the sheet openly or anything like that. It's just double entendres.
Oh my god. Yeah. Misha's just kind of clearly just like ducked behind William, just kind of peeking out from behind, but mostly hidden.
Mm-hmm. The fact that the front woman front them is like paying so much attention to you also brings the attention of the guitarist. And so like Roxy stops sleeping around stage so much, and she's just kind of like looks at this group and then looks at Nyx, and she like blows her a kiss. And it sends like you see a bit of like glamour sort of like go from her towards like in the direction of Nyx.
Nyx takes that. Oh.
What?
I was gonna say Nyx takes that as an invitation and starts trying to climb on stage.
Oh goodness. Dex athletics, because there are other people in the area and the band it's a raised stage.
Yeah.
So let's see, that is 2, and you're at a difficulty 7 because you don't have athletics.
Okay, so how do I do?
You rolled
What is?
2
Okay.
dice. So
2 dice.
R2D10. Nope.
Wow. Yeah.
You attempt to climb up the stage, but instead just kind of like off of it and crash into it. It's not. It doesn't take. You don't take any damage though because it's a fail, not a botch. But then that sort of glamour being sent your way does tick off something else, because something is kicking and trying to wake up fully in you, and it was really all it really needed. And maybe it was even trying to jump towards them that helped fuel it just enough as the whole thing ignites. Glamour begins pouring off of Nyx like a fucking road flare as I believe the puka inside wakes up. And appearing are the telltale signs of an awakened puka. The ears, I don't know if you're going with a full tail or not, but you can describe what she looks like now.
Okay. Yeah, cat ears. I would say the whole tail, black, and her eyes change a lot. Her eyes become more cat-like and brighter, and her face just kind of gets slimmer. And she's still like what was 4. So she's still very. It's taken on a kind of strange quality.
What's taking on a strange quality?
Her like beauty. So she's still good looking, but it's kind of like it's almost disconcerting, like predator like.
Okay. Yeah, bathe in the glamour.
Yes, everybody's topped off on their glamour who's immediately around her, by the way. And if you are already topped up, you gain a pool's worth of dross. If you have leftover, so whatever, you know.
What does pools over dross mean? How many dross? How many dross?
How many? Okay, what's your glamour pool?
6.
Is it full?
Yes.
You have 6 dross.
Thank you.
Yay, me too.
Okay. So there you guys go. Misha, yours is yours. So, and Dixie's an NPC, so it doesn't fucking matter.
but she gets stuff.
Yeah, she's just like, woo!
She looks super happy suddenly. Now I can work on my next mad project.
Let's see how this one might accidentally injure William. Anyways, the people in front of you do a hard shift. You see them more clearly than everyone else. Everyone else actually seems to be desaturated kind of compared to these people. The people on stage and the ones you were drawn to in the audience seem more colorful. Like the world shifts focus. And suddenly you see what they really are, and it is so fucking strange. The man with the girl on his shoulders is a blue giant with horns and scars. I don't remember, is your friend with you, William?
Yes.
It's Kelgar.
Yes. Okay, so you suddenly see this giant fuck off wolf.
That is the best description ever.
He is well, he's big enough for William to ride. So he is a giant fuck off wolf. Nope. Which, in contrast to what the mouse may have been making you feel, is definitely making you feel a bit more nervous now. Misha is like, her eyes are a copper now,
and they're big, wet seal eyes, like, you know, the big liquid eyes
Yeah.
of a seal.
And she's dripping. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You can do your thing if you want to.
I was just gonna go with like the majesty of like Selkie. Like, you have the Selkie grace, as well as like she's dripping chimerical water and it pools around her.
And yeah, the other thing I would add, because she has some chimerical items on her that he wouldn't have seen before. She is wearing what looks like to be a really big gun in a holster. That you certainly wasn't there before. And across her other side, like, there's like a bag that there's a little like a jackrabbit head sticking out of it, and that's sort of, you know, I'm imagining she would have totally noticed that influx of glamour. Like, hell yeah. So she's totally has her head out, and she's just like looking around and kind of staring at you a lot. Because you know a chimera is going to notice a font of glamour. Come on now.
Yes. And because this is on the character sheet, this excess of glamour is starting to form and perhaps beckon from the dreaming another chimera. I'm sorry, what is your chimera carrying? Describe your chimerical companion, please.
Yeah. So a large white tiger. I think it was, how many points did I have? 3?
I don't remember.
I think it was 3. So big tiger. I mean, not like huge, maybe larger than a regular tiger. But kind of like ethereal, very immaterial almost. With the most striking feature is the eyes. Like, all white tigers have blue eyes, but these are glowing and fiery looking. And the marks, the stripes, kind of shimmer and change as it moves.
The tiger, as it pulls itself out of the dreaming to join Nyx, sort of puts itself protectively between this cat and Kelgar, just as a sort of like, I see you sort of thing.
Is that the wolf? Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's also like, I see you. But look at this cute face.
Fucking Kelgar.
And Misha just puts an arm more protectively over her buddy at this point, because there are two predators, and I've got a little healing bunny. So she has her arm protectively, and she's just eyeing this chimera like very carefully, because this chimera is not food for you. Because if it is, I will kill you.
Yeah, and Nava just kind of does that like face bury in the armpit sort of thing. Like, nope. I am not up for dealing with this crap. So,
there's her hand sort of gets a scratching behind the ears, you know, that's trying to soothe her a little bit.
Poor Inaba. Too much.
I know. All these predators around her. She's like, what?
So now you are fully awakened as a changeling. The band continues playing on, just sort of like, there's like a moment as like that flare goes off, like the music just kind of gets a little discordant as everybody gets distracted. Like, the fuck are you doing?
We just ruined a concert, guys.
they are consummate professionals though, so after like they recover and get back to their music, just sort of like, but yeah, they don't, they know they are no longer like addressing the whole audience. This is kind of becoming like a private show where they are addressing one group of specific people more than the others.
Yeah, maybe we should go somewhere else.
Nyx is pretty freaked out about all of this. So she says, "Yep, I agree. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Okay.
And Onchan is AFK at the moment, so
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can wait a second for him if you want, or it's up to you.
oh no, I mean, just tell them where you guys went.
Yeah, we were gonna get food, so let's go get food, and we got someplace safe to talk. You down with that?
Yeah, sounds anywhere but here sounds good to me.
Okay. Because Misha's plan is to go get the food, and because we still need the food, and to the freehold would be my thought at the moment. It would be her thought at the moment, because it is a safe place to talk, and also a kind of a good place to kind of get used to the way things are now. And it's built to be for the commoners anyway, right? So let's use it for that.
Yeah, Dixie's going to climb off of William's shoulders, like, down him.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll kind of offer an arm if she needs it to help balance on the way down.
Yeah, to help her like climb down this person who's like twice her height. So
yeah, that's kind of how this works. You want to come along, Dixie?
yeah, I guess so. She says, and just kind of eyes the new arrival. So I guess we should get going then.
Yeah. Dinner's on me, guys. She just turns and starts walking away, still with her arm very protectively over this little animal in her bag.
Nyx is pretty much just transfixed on this tiger and wolf that obviously were not here before and shouldn't really be here. She feels a lot more comfortable about the tiger. She feels some kind of connection to it. But the wolf is definitely freaking her out. So she follows, but hesitantly.
As she's walking, she will kind of angle over her shoulder towards Nyx and just be like, "By the way, the bunny is not dinner. Please tell your friend that."
Okay, I guess.
I like how you're real subtle there.
Tiger, don't eat the rabbit.
The tiger just kind of gives like a look. Like, yeah, bro. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, bro. But like,
I'm imagining a tiger saying that now.
I want the tiger to say that.
Oh, God.
I feel this should be a comic of some sort. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But that's sort of, you know, cats can't be bothered. It's like, I'm a cat.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. That is, it, no matter what size a cat is, they kind of have that, like, what the fuck are you bothering?
It's an unspoken bond.
Yeah.
A fuck off attitude.
And when they get to the Chinese place, she'll just kind of be like, "If you guys want to stay out here, I'll just go order a bunch of stuff and we'll just take it back." Unless you have some weird specific diet that you need. Maybe it's better if you stay out here for now.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, okay.
And Nyx, I would say Nyx is kind of like, she's questioning the decision to just follow these strangers a little bit.
Mhm.
So she's definitely wary of what's going on. She's uncomfortable.
Oh, it's going to get worse in a minute because when you see where you're going.
Yes,
Do you have the pictures easily available, or should I get
do.
them?
No, I
Okay.
have them.
Okay. Yeah, and Misha will go in an order. We'll assume it's some sort of fast food Chinese kind of thing, so it doesn't take nearly as long, but it also tastes worse.
Hold on. Isn't your font that provides, isn't it providing like Michelin level food?
Yes, but she wanted junk food, remember?
Misha, no. But fine.
No, I want junk food, damn it.
I want a taste that lingers on my tongue for days. Days.
I mean, she's not going to make anybody else eat it but herself. If someone else wants to eat from the font, they can eat from the font. It's fine. Besides, William went with her. Besides, I don't know if we have Chinese food on there.
Oh God. Okay.
Anyway, she goes in and she comes back with a couple of bags of food. After probably 10 minutes or something. And she's like, let's go. And she starts to head, I don't know if it's close enough but to walk there, but I'm going to hope you say yes. It's a lot easier to convince somebody you don't know to walk with you than to get in a car with you.
I mean, yeah, do what you want. Yeah.
She'll head off that way. And eventually come upon a lovely place. By the way, Amit, John, Misha's pretty much said, hey, we're going to go get the food, and then there's a safe place we can talk. And Nyx agreed. So Misha's taking them back to Paul.
God damn it. She is going to see dead and just going to run away.
Yeah, I know, but we got to do what we got to do. Mm-hmm. And yes, as we're walking up, what you see is the lovely picture that is on Carol's screen.
This one.
Oh my God.
This is it, abandoned on Coney Island, this monstrosity.
Yeah, we're on Coney Island at the moment.
But it doesn't, yeah, it has a chimerical quality as well. That I don't have on my computer, so.
We will have to explain because we still didn't set it up properly.
I think we're going with the idea of the monastery surrounded by water, though. I thought we were going with that.
I think the voles, there were going to be voles, something inside, something like monastery.
Yeah, but anyway, for the moment, you first have to get through Paul. And you can see why we call it Paul sometimes.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
So is Nyx feeling the drugs still? With that, or does that stop after he wakes up?
You will probably still feel the drugs, but this is much more potent than drugs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, but I am feeling altered consciousness. Mm-hmm. Well, I think the natural reaction would be, there's no fucking way I'm going into a giant devil mouth. Not willingly.
Yeah, that should have been our reaction.
But we had a purpose when you went in there the first time.
Yeah.
And we also had a big group of people that I would say trusted, but Charles was there.
Hey,
so maybe not trusted.
I trusted him.
Yeah, but does anybody else?
Well, nobody else had Vaccines threats against him, keeping that trust in check. So. No.
Anyway, yeah, she'll kind of pause in front of Paul if it looks like you're about to, and just be like, "Trust me, it's not the same inside."
Still really not wanting to go, but really not feeling like she has any other options. She doesn't have anywhere to go.
Well, this is where I get murdered.
Yeah. If today's a good day to die. least she got to die after seeing orgy mosh pit.
It was on
Yeah.
her bucket list.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a full
I
life.
I mean, yeah, Misha's just kind of looking at her and just like, we're not going to force you to do this. This is your choice. No one's going to make you do things. But if you want to know what's going on, it's better inside. Trust me.
Nyx takes a deep breath, and she says, "Okay, let's go."
And with that, apparently, this rather crazy, weird-looking group. Yeah, Misha's gonna head inside, and I think I'm gonna let Ahmed describe it as he sees it at the moment. This is subject to change because we're still in the process of creating things.
Basically, like what you see is you're like entering. You see, like you find yourself in front of a wall, like a city wall. Pardon, a castle wall. Like there's castle around the castle. There are like city walls. There's like this city wall, and behind it there's like this place that people lives in. At the same time, this is like it feels like this may be an island because the place is surrounded by the sea or the ocean. So like basically the big castle doors opens and you see a courtyard and a couple other places, along with what looks like to be a monastery. It's kind of like it looks like old, like it looks a bit old, but it looks cool as well.
It's
There's like a training ground in one place.
it's like its own world on the inside.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean. It's kind of like if your
Narnia.
character knows anything about Narnia, it's like walking into Narnia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Very TARDIS-y, bigger on the inside sort of thing.
Yeah. So she looks around in awe of all of this, and she asks, "What is this place?"
It's a freehold.
The what?
A freehold. We can explain that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, there's a lot to explain, really. That's just one small part of it, really. And yeah, like basically, Misha's going to try to find kind of an open space because I'm really fuzzy as to how we're set up at the moment. So I'm going to say there has to be some place for that table to be with all the food on it. And yeah, she's going to walk in carrying her junk food that she wanted, and maybe nobody else did, and set it on the table and start undoing stuff, pulling up plates, and just being like, "You guys can have whatever you want, but there's, here, eat, and we'll talk while we're eating. If you want a beer, we can also get you a beer."
I just want to know what's happening.
You're a fairy.
Now easing it into it for
No, this is Misha. Do you think she's gonna be like, make this nice and easy? No, she's just gonna be like direct.
Changeling 101 with Misha. You're a goddamn fairy.
You're a fairy. Welcome.
What the fuck are you talking about? Stop fucking with me. And tell me
Okay.
what the fuck is going on.
Okay, let's try this. What's your name?
Nyx.
Oh, see, you're Puka. You can't remember you.
Oh,
You're
okay.
Puka, right?
Oh, yeah.
So she's basically trying to force your flaw, basically.
Okay, I see.
So you're gonna realize at this point, probably.
Yeah.
Because you
I
already
already told you my name.
Did you try to say your name there?
I didn't try. It's just
Uh-huh.
I don't see why you need to know. I don't see why it matters.
You're being defensive.
How are you? Are you all right?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
How are you? Are you all right?
I mean,
Is everything okay? Do I look like a troll?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you all. This is some kind of joke. You guys are. Did you put something in what I took? Did you? Is this all part of your plan? What's going on?
First of all,
Yes.
if you want to leave, you know where the door is. Nobody's blocking you. Second of all, no, you're a puka, and you kind of tend to misdirect. And if we ask you a question, you're going to lie. So I was trying to make the point to you that you are clearly not the same because you can't just talk directly as easily anymore.
Nyx tries. She really tries to say her name.
Well, you can now because nobody's asked you a question.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
You can talk more directly, just most puka tend to misdirect naturally. But that's up to you how you want to play your character. You only have to lie when someone asks you a question. So if you try to say your name, you can.
Okay. Let's assume that you guys are telling me the truth. What happened? How did this just happen now? Have I always been like this?
What do you remember?
We should know.
We should know. This is fun. She is the puka translator and the puka confuser.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, you do. You know when it happened.
Was it the concert?
Might be part of it, because those were definitely other changelings. That's the other term for us. Those were definitely other changelings up there, and they were definitely using some changeling stuff up there.
Changelings. So like fairies, fair folk come, steal your babies, and replace it with something else, kind of shit.
No.
That's really bad manners.
Propaganda.
That's fake news. No.
That's changelingist. Kind of like say that's kithist. No, I mean in the old days, sure, I hear that's what happened. But I personally don't go around stealing babies. I have no use for them. Honestly, they're just a pain in the ass.
Where would you even find a baby in New York? Said, where would you even find a baby in New York?
You don't. You never find babies in New York. Ever.
Like, basically, you are dreams of misdirection and fun.
Pranksters.
Humanity in the past, like, dreamed, and they dreamed so good. And guess what? Their creativity created us. So we are part of the world. Fairies, werewolves, mages, vampires.
Oh, jeez. Do we have to go into them already?
Yeah, all of them quite exists.
Yeah, but they're not created from dreams. We are.
No, we are, but not them.
Well, maybe. I mean, I've heard stories of the children of
if
Lilith.
they're like the dreaming stuff or not. Like, I don't fucking know.
Pixie looks at the two of you bickering about this nonsense.
I know.
And just sort of like looks at Nyx like, I am so sorry. Okay. You probably have some questions. Please tell me please tell me your first question, and I will try and clarify it for you. Note that this is not a question that I am asking you. It is a mere suggestion that you tell me what questions are on your mind.
Oh man, look at Dixie.
She gives like a warning look to William.
Misha,
From
Misha
4
just
feet
winks.
9.
Misha just winks at Dixie because it's funny. Kind of like she would have winked at Maxine before.
Is this tiger that's been following us one of your friends too? A changeling?
It's
Yeah,
your
no.
friend.
My friend.
It's your bro.
Oh no, we're not back to Tiger Bro again. No.
It's basically like this. As he points at Kelgar, this wolf, and like he pets the wolf. You're connected. I think you're also connected to that tiger.
All right, let me rephrase a little bit on some of this, just to clarify. We're changelings. We were all created from dreams, the dreams of humans, as we understand it. This is what I've been told. Now, each of us are various different types of dreams. As you can see, William is big, blue, and strong, and stubborn as fuck.
Gray.
And whatever. I clearly dreams of fishermen in the sea, right?
Fisherman?
Well, look at me. Have you ever seen a seal before?
Just at the zoo.
Don't talk to me about the zoo.
Sorry. Okay.
She has dreams of the fishermen. Yeah.
I'm a Selkie. He's a troll.
I'm a knocker and probably the most helpful one you'll find around here sometimes, she says with she gives like a mischievous wink back at Misha. And just kind of like rubs her hands together. I've got some nice little gadgetry if you're ever interested in, helping me work some things out. And she just kind of looks like Nyx's height. She's like, probably not the wings, though.
Yeah, so that's the beginning. Now, to answer your question about your friend, as she gestures to the tiger, to Inaba, as she gestures to the bunny who's still in the bag, because she's not letting her out while there's an untrusted chimera in the room. And Kelgar. This one's Kelgar. They're what we call chimera. They are kind of like spirits, but nobody else can see them but us. Did you notice that nobody paid any attention to the gigantic wolf or tiger that were just chilling at this concert?
Yeah, I was a little busy staring at the giant tiger myself.
Right, but shouldn't there have been like some kind of a stampede away, wouldn't you think?
I suppose so.
There wasn't. I mean, admittedly, they were just all humping, but even so, they can run.
So is this permanent?
Until you fade.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if
What's
you're
that
lucky.
mean?
It means it can fade. It means you can forget.
See, that other world you belong to, that's not...
So assuming...
Go ahead.
So suppose all this is true, all this is real. What do I do from here? Why am I here? What is this? What's the point of you taking me here?
To show you the basics of it so that you're not going to run around telling people about what you see because they're not going to believe it. We have a whole world to ourselves. As she sort of holds her arms out around you, like around her, like, you can see everything here that should not be in the middle of New York. Or on the edge of New York, really, but still. We have our own government, our own society.
Where do you live? Or do you live in Brooklyn?
I just kind of live around, really. Never really could stay in one place.
Okay.
Our system, our society, as they have said, your dreams and your like products of dreams, and there's a lot of kits. Um,
Kits are different groupings of us,
yeah, like I'm a troll, you're a puka,
etc.
Wait.
etc.
What does that mean? What is a puka?
It is a changeling who is connected to a kind of animal. And that kind of animal, you have some animal features. If you haven't noticed, you got a tail and some ears now.
A fun little party trick might be to go somewhere private real quick and think kitty thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. She says as she whispers to Misha.
I'm not sure it works either, but I know it does work. Look, the deal is if you go someplace private, like, you can just go around the corner where we can't see you. You can change into a cat.
Okay. I'll think kitty thoughts then. Nix goes off around the corner.
Yeah, if as long as you aren't witnessed, it's a free action to shift into your animal affinity.
Okay.
If you're in front of other changelings, it costs a glamour point, and you cannot shift in front of non-changeling or enchanted. So it's either unseen or only seen by changelings, and seen by changelings costs a point of glamour.
Okay.
So basically, once you decide that you're going to concentrate on doing it, I'm guessing that you could feel yourself sort of shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly landing on all fours and sprouting whiskers.
Puka generally appreciate their animal affinity a lot, by the way. Let me go ahead and put my storyteller screen up so I'm talking as my storyteller and not through the mouth of Dixie. So this should be sort of a aha moment. This is what ties it all together. As a matter of fact, a lot of puka go through their first chrysalis as sort of a fight or flight response, usually while being cornered or bullied or something, because changelings are weirdos and end up being picked on a lot. So it's not uncommon for them to do their first shift as sort of a survival instinct, either to run faster and hide, be smaller and hide, be bigger and maul, or prevent themselves from drowning, that sort of thing, if they are an aquatic puka. But you are a cat, so enjoy being a cat. And
oh, thank God this wasn't a fish puka, man.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
That's me just all right, guys, I'm gonna go catch it. I might eat it. I'm sorry about that.
So, there you go. And back to the game.
So Nyx feels right weirdly. She's she doesn't understand what just happened. She's a cat now. But she's not upset about being a cat. And she goes back around the corner.
By the way, she will speak as a cat unless she is in the dreaming.
Okay.
So it'll be ah.
This counts as dreaming, though, right?
I don't know. Freeholds are kind of wonky in that sort of dreaming, but not. Like it has some dreaming rules, some not. But I don't know. I don't have an official ruling. I'll say fine enough for Cat and Puka to speak. But it is one of those things to note that she can't be a talking cat in the streets.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Freehold's fine.
She comes back now a cat, and she tries to speak, and she manages to. And she just kind of weirdly accepts what all that's happening. It's like, well, I guess you're telling the truth.
Better than you do. She grins.
So I can never tell the truth now.
Yes, exactly. As she stares at this Puka, who sounds like he's doing Pukanese.
Dixie gives Misha a look.
Sorry, Mom.
She's like the new kid in town. You can't just go around telling her a bunch. She just like shakes her head. She's like, "Oh, thank God I had Maurice."
What? Cat in the Deep End is perfect.
she just sort of like looks at the little cat, and she's like, telling the truth is incredibly difficult. You can find workarounds to make yourself known, but it's not impossible for you to tell the truth. Just challenging.
It's more about finding someone who gets what you're saying. As I understand it, I've turned out to be pretty good at translating Puka most of the time. There are exceptions. You guys are a bunch of confusing assholes sometimes.
Poor kid. She just got here and she's already getting like the blame of that.
No, Misha's just saying it very like matter-of-factly. She's not actually being insulting, at least not trying to be. Whether you're insulted or not is entirely up to you. But she's not really trying to be. It's just very matter-of-factly. Because you know Misha's been surrounded by a ridiculous amount of Puka.
This is true. And another Puka woman enters William's life as well. Poor William. Poor everybody. Yeah.
He is silent.
Just so you know a little bit more about the social aspect of things. That really pretty one at the front of the band, that one is called a she. They're like elves, kinda, and they're always super pretty, and they usually have a stick up their ass.
Used to?
Hmm?
Used to? They don't anymore?
Oh, they usually do. But I'll let you make your own judgment calls on these things. I'm just telling you that.
The dreaming created them to be nobles. They're said to be the dreams of the nobles,
Nope.
which is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because, like, why the fuck a noble would want to be a noble? But, basically they're like the, our
Ruling
society, class. They're like the ruling class in our society. From the beginning of our society, they have been always, like, not always, but they have been in the positions of leadership. They, it's said that they are being supported by the dreaming to be leaders. So, like, for example, we are in a kingdom called Kingdom of Concordia. There's a king named High King David. High King David has other smaller kingdoms. The one is in the New York State is the Kingdom of Apples. The Kingdom of Apples is a queen called Queen Mab, a Arcadian she.
Oh, that's a new word.
Arcadian, the she is like autumn in Arcadian, and I will explain the difference. But like the she is a she. They're like you don't need to think about that right now.
Somebody
We'll
give this
explain
poor
this shit
kid a
later.
notebook.
Basically,
We should rummage in
Hikeki
her bag and actually offer a notebook to the cat.
is king.
Slide a pad of paper in front of an actual cat. That's great.
The king, the part of the queen map has dukes. Dukes has counts. Counts has barons.
Okay, I
And
think we get the point. There's no offense, William. I don't think that she needs all that right this minute.
It's such a fantastic mess.
The point is they're nobles and they think they should be leading, and we are commoners and fuck them. So I think that's the point, maybe, right? Sorry, William.
no problem.
Just
So-
don't want to overwhelm.
This is all a bit much.
Would you like more food? As she gestures to the mountain of Chinese food.
No. I think I'm good. I don't know how that would react to my new cat body, but
Okay, cats eat meat all the time. And rice. And veggies. There's
Fair
actually
point.
veggies, although they prefer meat.
fair point. I'm not. So where do I what do I do now? I'm a cat now.
You can change back the same way that you became a cat if you want to. And now you get to figure out how to make your life fit around your new secret.
There are rules
My
that
what?
our society and the Chamberlain has to follow.
What I had said was your new secret. Because you do realize you can't tell everybody about this, right?
Killing humans is not allowed.
Why not?
Would they believe you, or would they put you in an insane asylum?
And
Time for the psych ward.
and even if they believe you, humanity always fears from unknown, so they would kill you.
You look normal to them. See, do you have any flaws like changeling eyes or slip seeming?
Yes. Let me look.
Okay, 'cause-
I
think you guys just adopted a cat.
I have changeling eyes.
Okay, oh, that's right, because you did describe the eyes changing too. But I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
that was just in character, if that was just like your new man or whatever.
And surreal beauty. I don't know if that changes it too. Can everyone see
No.
that? Okay.
Yeah, that affects everybody. So it's really just that doesn't change. I mean, you just look like a really pretty person,
Yeah.
as far as I know. But yeah, the eyes. She'll just be like, you'll have to find some way to try to deal with me. Actually, let me check first. Carol, when it comes to that stuff, can we can tell when something is sort of a slipped seeming kind of thing, right? Or changeling eyes.
Yeah, because you see like the way it's always like described is like in the gray world you see the Fey mane kind of as an overlay on the body, the
Right.
gray world body. So you would like there's only one set of eyes, and it is the cat eyes, which is
Just making sure. I wanted to make sure before I said the wrong thing.
Mhm.
She'll just be like, you're gonna have to find some way to hide your eyes. People will notice that. Even come up with a story or something.
very dark sunglasses.
Yeah. And she'll actually she'll actually sort of pop out one of her contacts and sort of blink for a second as she gets used to it, because it's always weird when you do that, I imagine. And she'll look at this cat and just be like, you see my point? Because now once her contact is out, it's not brown anymore. She has in her human man, you can see that she has copper, like the same copper that those big seal eyes are.
Yeah.
The human man has regular human eyes, but with the copper in it, and it's really noticeable. So you have to find some way to work with it. I also smell like the sea, and I really can't hide that. It's kind of awkward sometimes. So yeah, you might invest into contacts or something. If you can find something appropriate, or say you had some sort of surgery. I don't know. You gotta figure it out. Figure out what you can tell people if they say something.
Okay. Is there anything else I should be hiding?
Pretty much anything to do with us. The thing is, we're best not out in the open. Besides, do you want to spend time in the psych ward? Where they force you into you take a bunch of drugs you don't want and try to tell you that everything you know to be true isn't?
You guys have helped me so far. I still don't feel like I know what's going on, but it seems like I'm better off here than out there.
Well, you can stay here for a bit if you need to. That's fine, but you also need to learn something else. There needs to be a balance of your time. You cannot just stay here in the freehold. You have to go out there too, or you're going to start going a little magically crazy.
Yay, Bedlam.
Sorry. What?
Bedlam. She's talking about Bedlam.
Yes, I just didn't want to say that word without explaining it, so I just went the easy route.
Yes.
But that's what it's called. When we spend too much time in the dreaming or doing magic or have too many treasures that we keep on us, all those things will add up, and eventually you'll start going cuckoo. It's called Bedlam.
So I can't stay in here. I gotta go out there, but I can't let someone see me.
Well, you can be in here. Like, I stay here sometimes. I do a lot of my work here. You can stay here. It's just you have to balance it.
Okay.
This freehold is actually
Freehold. What does that mean?
well, just first of all, I was just going to say this one is actually it's mine and Williams and the rest of our motley, which is a small group of us that are loyal to each other essentially, and it's ours. But commoners are welcome here who need help, and right now you're really new. You qualify in that area.
How many changelings live in this freehold?
4.
It depends.
4
You
at the
also have
moment.
our friends.
Well, there are 4 on a regular basis that are here at least a few days a week.
Yeah.
But we only just got this place. So we haven't had a whole lot of influx of people that are staying overnight yet. But we do have a bedroom you can stay in if you want to.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay. That's fine. Probably the other main thing we should probably tell you is that all of us, can do magic.
Magic?
She nods. She doesn't look like she's joking at all.
Well, I guess I did just turn into a cat, so...
yeah, there are various arts that we can do. And I don't know what you are, but people are usually born with it. Born able to do something, and I don't know what you're good at. But if something feels like something you should be able to do, give it a shot. It's the only way you're going to know. Yeah, and me just I'm trying to find something that I can do that's like that is showy enough that you can actually see it happening, but that isn't like gonna suck up like all my glamour or something.
What? You have so much to spare now.
I only have 29 right now, but that's dross.
Oh, let me look at what Dixie has real quick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. She's. Oh, there's plants around here, aren't there?
I
think because there's the poison plants. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah. So she's going to. I'm going to attempt to do verdant reclamation.
Okay.
And I don't care if it costs glamour or not at this point because it's just something that's really showy and is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So that she'll get the idea. God, I always forget. I never know what kind of bunks work for spring. Aside, I have stuff that I use for spring 3, but spring 2. You know what? We'll say that she's going to rummage. She'll just be like 1 second, and she'll kind of walk off, and she will come back with like a trowel and like a little seed, and she will kind of go under a tree and sort of very carefully plant said seed. Put some water over it. It's probably just something she got from like an apple or something. Let's be honest. She didn't really plan to have extra seeds around. She's not a gardener.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use that as a bunk then?
Yeah, that's a -1 bunk plus it's in a freehold, so another -1.
Okay. And do we start at? Because I swear we started at 8, but Amit was saying 7 earlier.
I believe it's 7.
Okay.
So.
All right, so that would make me at div 5 then. Mm-hmm. So to do verdant reclamation is C. I need to see. The focus of the cantrip is determined by the realm becomes the center of an. That'd be nature, since she's basically trying to make the ground erupt in plants.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be nature, right?
Yes.
This is not my power thing. Okay, so how much nature do I need to make it work on ground? Because I only have 1.
Shit, I don't have my realms open at the moment.
Oh, forget it. It's fine. I'll just switch it to something else. I'll have her do it on.
Are you casting it on the trees or on the seed itself?
Not the seed itself, because I don't need the seed. The seed was just a bunk.
Then it's Fae for the chimerical plants.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go that way because it said on whatever you're casting it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right, that's fine. That's a little better. Because I just want to spend extra glamour. That seems silly.
Yeah.
So that's div 5. I got 1.
Okay, so, it's not a tremendous change, but it is noticeable. Like as she does this thing, flowers like along the area immediately around her start to just like pop up, and these are, since they're poisonous, they're very vibrant in color, and larger than their counterparts because they are chimerically created, and there's like just like bouquets worth in her immediate area, and then they fade and begin to just kind of like fall to the ground. It only lasts for about a moment.
Actually, it says here the foliage lasts for 1 scene.
Yeah.
After which they wither and gradually fade.
Okay.
So yeah, these points of color, right? It's 1 success. So basically, there's just sudden like plants that sort of sprout up, and they're very bright colored again. And she'll just kind of look and be like, "Don't touch this crap. I wouldn't touch this crap if I were you." Is what she'll say to pretty much Dixie and to Nix, because William knows. See, stuff like this. I don't know what your affinity is, but stuff like this.
My affinity is about like chimerical items and the fairies.
How do you make this stuff work?
The easiest way to do it is if you do something that helps you focus. We call it a bunk. And since I knew that I was going to be doing a spring cantrip, I planted a seed.
Let me show you one of my tricks. Carol OOC, did you watch Black Panther?
I have not.
God damn it.
It's fine. I just go. Tell me what you need and make it happen.
So, like, in Black Panther, they say, like, Wakanda forever, and they, like, put their hands onto their shoulders,
Yes.
create an X, and William was just going to say, remember the fort forever, and then put his hands to his to his chest, to his, like, shoulders, making an X, and he will activate, like, Dragon's Eye Tree, which is, like, in that, like, thing is basically, like, they stand at attention, and, pardon, like, in Black Panther, like, they do, like, Wakanda forever before they fight. So he says, like, remember the fort forever, and then does the tap, and activates his Dragon's Eye Tree. Can I roll?
What 2 because you're in a freehold, and that was a 1.
Okay, I got like D5 bunch of successes.
Okay.
Basically, Nix can see William like has a dragon scales now. On his body, and William just says like, "This is kind of cool. If someone like punches me, it's harder for me to get hurt."
Too bad you can't keep that on all the time. Anyway, you get the idea. You kind of have to concentrate it, and there's you use something to help you focus. That's usually the best way to do it, although you don't have to. You can just try to reel it off. And there is something you called glamour, and that's what powers this.
Okay. How do I try to use this?
Is this a OC question or an in-character question?
In character.
Okay.
Close your eyes for a second.
Okay.
Close your eyes and just focus. Just concentrate on yourself. Try to feel deep inside you. Try to find that thing that makes you you as a changeling. Not your human thing. Changeling. You're new. It might not be very strong yet. I'm not sure. It depends on the person. But try to find that and focus from there.
Nix closes her eyes, concentrates, and starts to feel kind of like a vibration coming from her back pocket. She reaches in, she pulls out a lighter, and she starts it. She lights it. And do I just say, like, I want to use, what's it called? Willow Whisper?
Can
I do
is
that?
that one of your? Let me see.
Yeah.
Your
I have primal.
primal one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you use that, and you would roll that along with prop, which you don't have. So you would have to spend an extra glamour.
Are you trying to
Or-
talk to? Are you trying to talk to the lighter?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
If you want to talk to, say, like Anaba, it would be Faye, and then you could.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Or your tiger?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to talk to the bunny, but you could talk
It's
to the bunny
right
if you
there.
want. I mean, if I was her, I would want to talk to my new friend.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, I thought more of Anaba initially because I helped draw her.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It makes sense. She's not as new.
Mm-hmm.
So Nyx concentrates and she looks over to the menacing tiger next to her. And even though it's a giant fucking tiger, she kind of feels calm by it. Like she feels more at ease with it than anything else that's going on. And she whispers to it. So what do I roll for?
You're going to roll 2 dice,
Okay.
and I'm going to put its difficulty at 5.
Okay.
Talking to a giant monster, that sort of thing.
Did it work?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Oh, I did it wrong. Sorry.
Oh no, that's you got 5 dice, 5 difficulty. You're gonna roll 2 dice.
Yeah, just change
okay.
like the 5 to a 2.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what the numbers come out.
Okay, you got 1 success. So you have like a very brief moment of talking with this tiger. You can go ahead and ask a question, I suppose.
I think that actually does. I'm sorry. I think
I
it
need
used
to-
actually.
Yeah. What was that?
What's your name? Do you have a name?
Hold on. Let me actually open up the art.
Yeah, because I think before it actually, at least in the old stuff, it actually did say like you would get so many questions.
Yeah.
Or something.
He doesn't even have 1 question per success. There you go. Yeah, you get 1 question. I don't know your tiger's name off the top of my head. So what is your tiger's name?
Okay, Sekhmet.
Okay. So that's what it responds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you feel the magical effect fade away, and yeah. But you were successfully able to ask and hear the voice of your chimera.
Wow. That was I just talked to that tiger.
Yeah, I heard you whispering. What'd they say?
He said his name is Sekhmet.
That was a question.
Oh fuck.
That is the fun of playing the puka. You always mess up. Have fun
it's
with
annoying,
that.
but I like it.
You'll get used to it, oddly enough.
Yeah. There's a reason all puka players start sounding insane. And it is that flaw.
I don't think I should tell you.
Okay then.
I'm sorry, I want to, but I don't know.
That sounds very, very indecisive. But either way, it worked. So that's the point, right? Yeah. And there's a variety of things that you can learn how to do. There's what you just did, I believe, is primal. It's not something that I'm good at, but there's Skycraft and Dragon's Ire and Spring. There's autumn, winter, and summer. There's Chronos. There's naming. There's Neuromancy. There's a variety of. There's more than that. There's just a bunch of different things that you can learn out there. And if you don't know how to do it, if you can make a deal with someone, maybe you could offer something in trade to be able to learn what you want.
So what can you do?
Well, first thing I will tell you is what I just showed evidence of knowing how to do is spring. That said, it's not the most polite thing to just ask that right out, because you're also giving away your advantages by telling. If someone wants to tell you, they can, but they don't have to tell you. But that was spring that I just showed you. If you want to know more, get to know me better.
Okay.
It's the same as asking someone, "Hey, what's your court?"
What's your what?
Exactly. And Misha kind of looks at Dixie like, "Please explain this. I've done so much explaining."
Dixie just gives like the, oh god, this is going to be a long lesson. Okay, so this hails back down to the more traditional aspect of the fairies, and when things used to be divided into two courts, the Silly and the Unsilly. The Silly are the ones generally associated with like the good folk and those with the more beautiful and glorious manifestations. And then there was the Unsilly, who were more nightmarish ones associated with winter. That would be the Unsilly. More the other with summer, the Silly. But we're as things have changed and evolved, what you end up with more is a sort of approach to traditions. There are those who are Seelie, who uphold a certain worldview of honor. We believe in true love. Generally, a more hopeful stance. And then she looks at Misha. There's the Unseelie, who are more pragmatic.
Misha's just watching this curiously now.
Well, she's, as a knocker, she's not going to call out the Unseelie. Since, like, as far as, like, historically it goes, like, knockers would have been the more, like, would have started out in the Unseelie court back when that was, like, still how things operated. But she's a Seelie. So, she's like, so, and then you have the more pragmatic worldviews of, she just kind of looks at Misha a bit, and she looks at William and kind of, yeah.
By the way, William is Unseelie at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Amachan go, by the way?
It says on the sidebar, he apparently had to step out. Just say he's around doing quiet things or something.
Okay, yeah.
Lisa's just going to shrug and just say, the Unseelie aren't afraid to call out the Seelie and say, you're full of shit. No offense, Dixie. I like you.
And she just gives like a, like, okay. Kind of like look to that. Best case scenario, we would be bringing out the best in each other. You know, the Seelie pushing the Unseelie to strive for like justice, and the Unseelie reminding us when we get too full of ourselves. Unfortunately, things get a little mangled in translation, and instead what you get is a bunch of infighting, bickering, and politics. He looks at Misha like, is that about it?
Yeah, Misha doesn't have any problem with that explanation. That is as realistic as it gets. What she will add though is basically they're. I'm unseelie. There's no point in hiding it because you know what? Most of us we look at each other and we know within a few minutes of meeting each other what court you are. There is 0 point in me hiding it. But from what we can see, by the way, is Nick Sealy or unseelie?
Unsealy.
You're with me. As she says it looks at Nick. Basically it's the idea, they're very traditional. They want to continue in the old ways as much as they can with our very medieval government and a lot of other things.
Of course, there's never been a Sealy non-traditionalist, she says, with like a...
Absolutely not. As Misha goes, Puka.
Everybody goes Puka.
Everybody goes Puka. I'm talking traditionally because, that's pretty much all we saw around here for a long time, Dixie, and you know it.
A little exhausting, but yeah.
Yeah. Things are maybe looking up a bit here, but we're proponents of change. We kind of think honor's stupid. And for the record, it's not that I don't believe in true love. I just don't think it's necessarily everything there is. We would put our passion before duty. There's a whole code.
And she just like gives like a sort of like shrug, like, you do you.
Well, she was just kind of clarifying the point. It's not like true love. She doesn't have a problem with true love. It's just not going to be like, oh, everything. It must prevail. There's a big difference between the romantic point of view that the Sealy seem to take. This is what Misha's trying to say. Yeah. It's a pretty big divide. But I think in the end, the point is every one of us can be either Sealy or unsealy, and we can switch back and forth as our lives go on or things happen. I've personally seen at least 3 or 4 people shift, and then who knows, like it happens. So I guess the point is that as you shift, if you shift, you're going to change, and the way you act is going to be different. Not necessarily the way you feel, but the way you treat it in the end. Like, I mean, it's like there's 2 different people inside of you, but with the same memories and everything. It's a little weird. I realize that. You're not going to hear voices in your head.
The weirdest part about all this is that you're actually kind of making sense.
Well, the biggest problem that you will run to as an unsealy is that the Sealy tend, and I say tend, I'm not saying they all do, they tend to look down on us because we're unsealy. They think they're better than us.
Especially the frontman type.
The she, yes. They start assuming that we're just going to be there to do mischief or cause problems. And, not going to lie, that's probably a big part of my life, but that isn't always the reason why I'm there.
You don't know me.
If it wasn't for us and William, she'll just say, because she's not going to go into that at the moment, because it's not her right to say what court someone is. If it wasn't for us and William, we would still have a tyrant of a baron running this former barony. So sometimes we all just have to band together regardless of what court we are. And I have friends who are both.
I don't know how to take all of this. It's just too much.
Yeah, it is. Totally is. But maybe you want some time to digest a little?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Cool. Yeah, that works. Um,
So you said I could stay here for a while?
yeah, you can. Just, I mean, do you have like any kind of apartment? Well, never mind. I'm not going to ask that. Tell me if you have an apartment somewhere or a place that you were staying.
No, not really.
On the street? And she doesn't
Yeah.
sound judgmental at all.
I just kind of move around.
Okay. Well, you can stay here probably for a few days without it being any major issue to your mental imbalance situation. After that, we'll see if maybe you can. We'll see if we can find someplace else for you to crash. But for a few days, you should be good.
Thank you, I guess. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but this is just... I just don't know. I have no idea I don't know what to say.
You're new. And if we don't take care of each other, then I mean, we got to keep whatever glamour there is around here around. And you are a piece of that. So, and she'll look at both of them since she's not going to just walk away from Dixie. That's so rude. I mean, she's done it before to other people, but she likes Dixie. Mm-hmm. And she'll just be like, "Come on, I'll show you. I'll show you where you can stay. We have a couple of extra bedrooms. They're nothing fancy, but there's like bunk beds and stuff in there. You can pick out a spot and whatever you want to stay."
If you guys don't mind, I'm going to end the scene here because I have to get back to the kid.
Yeah, that's actually a very good plan.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay, so thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching, and we'll see you next time.